Hello, my hearties. A very good evening to you. It's just me, Scottie McCLUE, and I thought I'd pop up and say a quick hi to you. Wonderful stuff. Friday night, just gone 11:30, and I thought Dinky-Doo. We'll see who's about. How fantastic. Because with all the football and stuff recently, it's been quite difficult to find just a little slot that we could pop up where we know that everybody will be able to come and have a look at what's going on and come and join in. So there we are. So we'll just have a quick pop up Friday night. Nothing gets past me, of course, and see how everybody's getting on. Do come and join me. Lovely to have you with us, and a big dinky-doo to every single one of you. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 that Scottie is live just for you and saying hi. I tell you. And if you're scrolling, then make sure you stop and stay with us. I think that's very, very important. We never scroll and we never troll when Scottie McCLUE is live. I think that's very important indeed. So there you go, we have it. How lovely is that? And good to be back with you, of course. We've had a bit of a gap. I tell you, Dinky-Doo, Scottie. George, Dinky-Doo to you. How lovely to have you with us. And a very warm welcome, I say. Tell all your mates, get following as soon as you can. Dinky-Doo, everybody. How lovely to have you with us. There's Devon joined us, and Dan as well. Make sure you get following and get commenting. Come and join in because this is your show. As I say, greetings from Manchester, says Marshall. Marshall, how lovely to have you with us from Manchester. And greetings back, I say to you. Now, there we are. There's Kieran. Thank you very much, Kieran. Very, very kind of you. Good evening from Sweden, says Lars. Lars, how lovely to have you with us. And a very good evening. What's happening, says Orion? Well, you hear it and see it all, Orion. It's all happening right now and unfolding before your eyes, I tell you. Fantastic. Hi from Killy, says Jerry. Hello, Jerry. Good to have you with us from Killy. Have you got a Killy pie there? And a cup of tea. Are the phones on? We'll be putting them on later, Brendan, if you want to give us a call. Absolutely. We just want to get everybody with us first and see what is what. Are you on here, Scottie? Yes, we're on here, Kier. Absolutely. Do follow us as soon as you possibly can. I say to you, it's Tracy who's just joined us. How's it going from Johnston? Oh, we love you in Johnston. Listen, I hope you people were all right with the fire at the tip in Linwood. I didn't like that, I can tell you. I like your hat. It's hefty cool. Oh, it's hefty cool. I love this. Some comments to the live were filtered. That means the wee Swannies have been booted down the Swannie. I tell you, all the wee trolls, the wee Swannies, I tell you, they've gone trying to put in stupid stuff, of course, and not succeeding. That's the thing. Hello, all the way from Ardbow in Northern Ireland. Lovely to have you with us from Northern Ireland, I say. I loved it when I was a wee lad listening to you cutting people off during the call. So funny. Well, of course, they were talking nonsense, and we had to cut them off. Hello, Scottie from Glenfarclas. Callum, I know Glenfarclas very, very well. I'll probably be driving past you next week. I can't wait to see the SNP going down the drain. Oh, you'll have a long wait, Jimmy. I wouldn't hold your breath because they're polling very high in the polls, and it's not surprising. They've been with us for what, 14 years, 17 years in total, you know, and done some marvelous things. So I think you'll be having a long wait there. I can tell you, Jimmy. Fantastic stuff. Hi, Scottie, says Evelyn. Hello, Evelyn. How lovely to have you with us. Come and see us for a drum, says Callum. Oh, Callum, you're in such a beautiful part of the world, and you keep it so beautifully. Ah, marvellous, on the big whiskey trail there. Scottie, I hope Reform get in, but you don't get independence. Well, I think that's a conversation with Nigel. I tell you, Dinky-Doo from Inverness, from the Invernessians. Mr. Bean, how lovely to have you with us from Inverness. Thank you, Mr. Beans, up in Inverness, saying hi. We'll only be up for about half an hour there. Is there a moose loose about your house? Do you know, I've got it on the accordion there. There's a moose loose about this. Scottie, you're doing a phone-in. Well, Shillip, if you want to give us a wee call, we'll maybe have a chat with you. I tell you, get info on the UK general election. It says here, I think we've got plenty of info. Scottie McCLUE is on the glue. No, you stick to what you know, Rangers. I tell you, not everybody's got your lifestyle, remember? I tell you, did you watch Newsnight tonight, Scottie? Do you know, Jerry, I didn't actually see Newsnight tonight. I tell you, but it's very, very interesting times since Nigel Farage got into the fray. It's really kind of, how can I say, it's electrified politics in the UK. Would you want reform in Scotland? Well, we haven't seen them yet, so you can't really answer that until we've had them in Scotland. But I think you'll find the SNP will get back in Scotland. They're the kind of steady hand. That's the thing. And, if you said, do you think the SNP will get in Scotland, or do you think it'll be reform? I think it'd probably be the SNP. Don't you? I tell you. Scottie boy, the Paisley buddy, the SNP are a disaster, the ferries, the NHS, our education a mess. Yes, but we keep voting for them. Do you remember the mess that Labour left? And they went straight into the political wilderness. And they've been there wandering about for what? How long? 10 years after we had the referendum for independence, which was a lot closer than people think. Labour will beat the SNP. Well, there's no reason why they should. My dad always listened to you in the car, driving us home, and I was falling asleep, listening to Scottie McCLUE, tat. I said to you. There's Count Murcielago, DINKY-DOO, Scottie. Hope you're on the road to recovery. We're an awful lot better than we were. Thanks, Murcielago. Incredible stuff. Guys, have all of you on the TikTok been to a visit to the YouTube channel? You'll see the URL up at the top in the bio. What's your favorite reform policy? Oh, I think bringing back free speech. I think that's got to be the big one for all broadcasters. Scottie boy, I used to be SNP, but my job in the shipyards has meant I can't vote for them anymore. Well, whatever your job is, you should be able to vote freely. You genuinely think the SNP will hold on? That's what the polls are telling us. Yes, the polls are telling us that. So I'm just kind of going with the flow. You don't know until next week. Scottie, what do I get for being a member? A wonderful, wonderful piece of live broadcasting when McCLUE pops up. You know what I mean? So there you are. Do you know Nicola Sturgeon? Well, I know of her, and I have an idea what she looks like, but I don't know her personally, no. I have had the privilege of meeting Alex Salmond. Yes, he used to come into the radio station in Edinburgh. Do you like Poland? Well, I haven't been. I like the Polish people I meet. DINKY-DOO, Scottie, says Elizabeth. DINKY-DOO, Elizabeth. How lovely to have you with us. Lovely to have you on TikTok. Do you think Joe Biden should stand down? Well, he's struggling to stand up. So I think, yes, at 81 and barely able to remember your name, I think, yes, he should probably chuck it. There we go. Hello from Berlin. Hello, DINKY-DOO. I tell you, hang on a second. Oh, yes, Pedro in Berlin. Yeah. Guten Abend. Guten Abend. Who are you? Who am I? I think, who am I? Wait till I see. Scottie McCLUE. Telephone. Hello, you're live with Scottie's phone in. Who's that?
Hi, it's Lewis.
Lewis.
Hey, how's it going, Scottie? DINKY-DOO.
DINKY-DOO, lovely to hear you. What can I do for you?
I'm just going to pick your brains about the election. And so, personally, I'm 20 and I'm thinking about voting for reform in my constituency.
Right, whereabouts roughly are you, Lewis? You don't have to tell us exactly.
In the Sheffield area.
Sheffield, right, lovely, lovely. Yes, and they're quite big down there, am I right?
Sorry?
They're quite big in South Yorkshire.
Yes, in some areas. Obviously, in the city areas, it's not really, but outskirts, it's a bit more people.
Yeah. Barnsley,
Barnsley,
are Barnsley quite keen?
Yeah, Barnsley South, I think, is very keen on it.
Yeah, excellent, excellent. So you're thinking and drifting that way?
Yeah, I mean, I was only 16 last election, so I probably would have voted Conservative back then, but definitely, I think the Conservatives have abandoned their sort of like policies that they said they were going to do, and they've gone towards being more of a centre-left party rather than being, true Conservatives, and that's why a lot of people like myself want to vote for reform now. Yeah.
You want to go for that? Excellent, Lewis. Thank you for that, and very, very nice to hear you from South Yorkshire.
Yeah. But there's only one thing I did disagree on. I personally think for Scotland, though, I think reform should also be in Scotland a bit more as well, rather than it being the SNP.
Right, reform, go for the Scots. Okay, Lewis, I shall put it to the nation. DINKY-DOO. Fantastic. Great call, by the way, guys. We liked that. That was excellent stuff. Now, what I'm saying there to that one, that's quite a detachment, isn't it? South Yorkshire. Big, strong working class area with a great history of manufacturing, incredible. I tell you, my gosh. Hello from Sweden, from Svenska. Lovely to have you with us from Sweden. DINKY-DOO. I say it's Scottie McCLUE, and we popped up late on a Friday night just to say hi. Now, let's get back to seeing what you're up to here, my dear people. Oh, pop that out to there. Right, that's excellent. Count Marcalago. DINKY-DOO, Scottie, hope you're on the road to recovery. Do you think we've much freedom over the years? Yes, and the dictators will bring the world back to order in some awful way. I'm just looking at this. I can't see that there. It's gone behind a big red heart. The world situation and how things have changed. Yes, absolutely, Marcalago. There's a lot on the change, but we can change it back. That's the beauty of people power. So there we are. I remember you fondly from your radio days. Kathleen, how lovely of you to remember me. Somebody was asking, what am I known for? And I think I could say, for broadcasting. Probably the best known public figure in the world today, Scottie McCLUE. I'm normally an SNP voter, but I'm swaying towards Halba. What's your thoughts? Well, there's still, I've just put up a video about them on the TikTok. They're still in their infancy, so to speak, but they do have Mr. Salmon there, and he knows his stuff. Definitely 100%, says Kathleen. Good evening, Scottie. I hope you're enjoying the summer holidays. Yes, well, I've only had a day and a half of summer holiday, but I am certainly thoroughly enjoying it. I've been sadly unwell. Guys, if you're watching on the YouTube channel, share it with all your friends. Make sure you've subscribed. There we are. People, it's very interesting. People are a little bit slow at subscribing. I had 50,000 people in one afternoon a couple of weeks ago. 50,000 watched the channel, but 50,000 didn't subscribe. Do you like the German people? Oh, ja. I liebe the German people. Fantastic. Nicht Deutsch sprechen. Ich bin ein Ausländer, nicht verstehen. Sorry to hear that, Scottie. Hope you're on the road to recovery. Colin, how lovely to hear from you. I send you strength. I hope you're enjoying the holidays, because you should have had a day and a half of holiday as well. I say to you, what's this? I'm being told. I was looking at something that says you don't have access to this feature, but we don't know what the feature is. So there you are. Too much freedom? No, I don't think you can have too much freedom, Marcalago. Although people with freedom comes responsibility, and people have to sort of look after the world, you know, from that point of view. But I'm not being fooled by too much of the green stuff. That was from the 5th of 4th. Yes, indeed. Good evening, Scottie Dinky-Doo, says Reese. Reese, how lovely to have you with us. And a big Dinky-Doo to you, I tell you. This is fantastic. What made you smile this week? Oh, lots and lots of things. I met some wonderful people this week, and they made me smile. Wonderful people always make you smile. But so much has made me smile with this political carry on at the moment. What's going on, Scottie? Everything's going on, and it's going on right here. Good evening, Scottie Dinky-Doo. Were you the guy in Still Game? No, I wasn't actually in Still Game. Sadly, I would have liked a little part, but I was apparently the original inspiration for it. What do you think of Reform UK? I think they're incredible. And I think that they're rising very, very fast because people are absolutely bored stiff with the merry-go-round. Tory, Labour, Labour, Tory, Tory, Labour, you know, and all that stuff. They will win? Oh, I think they'll do very well. Mr. Martin, says Lewis. Lewis, Mr. Martin. Yes, we loved Mr. Martin. I tell you, who have we got here? Let's just see. Hello, Dinky-Doo. You're through to Scottie McCLUE. Who's that?
Dinky-Doo, Scottie.
Johnny, how are you getting on, la?
I'm getting on okay. We're just melting a bit here in the heat in Poland.
Are you roasting in Poland?
Well, we are. It hits the 30s up here, you know.
Wow, amazing. Of course, you're quite far inland, as I say.
Yeah, and it's like South Poland as well, so
lovely.
It still gets a good bit of heat from that jet stream, you know.
Yeah, lovely, absolutely. I'm so glad that you're getting the nice weather, though. And how's things with you? How's your good lady?
Oh, she's all right. She'll say hello.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
We send you love from Pan McClue.
Thank you very much, and love back. Very nice to see you. I'm listening all the time, your conversation with Johnny, and of course your talks, and I'm a big fan. I'm just sitting quiet because, you know.
Oh, you're very kind. No, you come on and talk. It's excellent. It's lovely to hear you, and it's always wonderful to hear somebody from Poland, you know, because I love the international side to the show.
Yes, that's nice, of course, and for me it's honor to hear and listen and talk to someone who is this one of the countries which Poles love most of all. You know that it's kind of special, I think, love between Scots and Poles.
Yes. Oh, very, very close, actually. Very close. Wonderful. I had a wonderful cobbler when I was little. We used to get our shoes repaired, and he was a great big chap, lovely big handsome fellow. And I was just a little guy at the time, and he was from Poland, and he'd come over. He'd come and fought for us in the Second World War, and he'd come over, and he used to say to me, I hope you don't have to work so hard like your daddy and me. Wonderful. And I'll tell you what he used to do. He had a great trick. He was a smoker, a cigarette smoker, and he used to smoke these plain cigarettes right down till there was nothing left, take it from his lip and just rub it through his fingers and put it out.
I need to learn that. Oh. Unfortunately, I'm also a smoker, but Johnny hates it.
Oh, yes. But you'll be giving that up after we've had this conversation, of course.
So are you getting better, Scottie?
I'm getting a bit better, yes. And a wee attack, just a very, very fierce chest infection, and it compromised my lung. And we were fighting for breath, so I couldn't do the live shows. You know?
So did you get good medication or something?
Yes, we got stuff. You just have to let these things run their course. I've never had it before, you know. But I was 68 last week, Johnny, so there you go.
Dear me. I tell you, you never change. You The only time you change is when you take your hat off. You know?
Take my hat off, and there's no hair.
Keep your bonnet on.
Keep my bonnet on. A guy used to come on and say, "Take your bonnet off," and say, "Oh, what?" and be a baldy.
No, that's the only time you change, when you weren't wearing your glasses and you weren't wearing your bonnet. You know.
Johnny, it is lovely to hear you, especially the two of you. Take great care of your dear selves, and we will catch up soon.
Yeah, it's been hard, you know, since
of course,
like a death in the family, you know. So.
Oh, Johnny, I'm sorry. Yes,
that was hard.
Yeah, tough one.
Hard, and it's when you're stuck. When I'm stuck over in Poland at the moment as well, you know, waiting for residency.
Yes.
And I'm not sure if I'll get across for the funeral, you know. So
just keep going, Johnny. We send you strength and we send you love.
Right then, Scotty, I'll let you go. Thanks for the chatter.
No, it's lovely to hear you. And Dinky-Doo.
And Dinky-Doo, and you take care, mate. Okay.
Bless you.
Okay.
Bye, Johnny. Lots of love.
Okay. Bye.
Top man. There we are. That's it. Johnny and his good lady from Poland. How amazing is that? You're live with Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
Scottie?
Yeah, hello.
Oh, can you hear me, Scottie?
I can hear you, yeah. How are you?
Scotland.
You're not speaking to me. It's not speaking. Right, we'll press on with that. There we go. We'll be all night on the old phones there now. Let's get back to what you're saying. Good evening, Scotty. This is a late one, says Tad. We're a bit late tonight, Tad. We're a tad late. See what I just did there? But I thought we'd better pop up and say hi. Hi, Scotty. How are you doing tonight? Hi, Kyle. Amy says, hey, Scotty, you're on late tonight. I am. Nothing gets past you, does it? You don't look 68, Scotty. Do you think I look 88, Susan? How are you doing, Scotty? DINKY-DOO, Scotty, I'm in Mablethorpe. Have you ever been there? Yes, I have. And it's lovely to hear you, Kenny. Miss you on the radio, Scotty. Thank you so much. TikTok. Lots of TikTok videos for you guys. Get following. Very, very important. And also, can we get subscribing on the YouTube channel, both TikTok and YouTube? I tell you, you don't look a day over 67, says Kyle. Well, until last week, I wasn't a day over 67. There's Laura, DINKY-DOO, Laura, share it. What's on the clock? The clock. Which clock are we talking? Oh, on this clock, we're at 22:38. Oh, no, that's the length of time we've been up. We're at 23:57. There we are, but we've been up for 22 minutes. So we've got another 7 minutes to go. Time is immaterial. Do you know it is? Actually, I tell you. Glad to see you well, Scotty. Thank you, NSD. So lovely to be with all you beautiful, beautiful people. Beautiful, beautiful people. I tell you. So there we go. So get on the YouTube channel. Lots and lots of stuff for you on there, and share everything. You are looking at life. Nigel, this is what McCLUE has always done. We look at life, yes, and we're not fazed by the passage of time. And we chat, and we get together, and it's friendly, and it's fun, and we throw the cheeky ones off. Thoughts on the Northeast, Scotty? Now, when you say the Northeast, do you mean, because see, in Scotland, the Northeast has got two meanings. One is the Northeast, which is Newcastle, Northumberland, Sunderland, all around there. That's the Northeast. And then Gateshead, man. And then the Northeast for Scotland is Aberdeen and Old Meldrum, Ken, and up there round about Clat. And where else have we got up there? The port seat there, the port, what have you got? What ports have you got up there? You've got Banff and Buchan, Ken. Scotty, when's the summer coming back with the big light up in the sky? Well, as you know, the summer is always a lovely week in Scotland, you know. Scotty, it's nearly midnight. Your carriage is about to turn into a pumpkin. I know. I'm going to have to go. It's midnight coming up, guys. It's midnight now. Is it? Wait till we see a few seconds, and then it will be midnight. There we go. And we will have the midnight caller. I shall tell you, guys, we're waiting for the bewitching hour. Here it comes. Right, I shall tell you exactly when it's midnight, because I'm very kind that way. And if you're going for the 12 o'clock bus, you may have missed it. Who are you voting for? Well, I'm not really political, as you very well know, I say. Have you noticed when you're waiting for a clock to just pop round, it takes a long time? Very good. Opinions on Reform UK. Well, everybody seems to be loving it. I wouldn't be surprised if they get in. They're certainly very, very popular. So there we go. No, we're still sitting here at 23:59. Midnight! It's midnight. Midnight, not a sound from the pavement. So there you go. Whereabouts in Scotland are you from? All of it, Savannah. I am Mr. Scotland, Scottie McCLUE. I tell you, drum roll. Brrrr, midnight, yeah. So we're into Saturday morning. Not bad. And we've got another 5 minutes with you. Aberdeen, the Broch, Peterhead. Again, what do you think? Oh, we love it. It's just bra. Just bra. It's the winching hour. The winching hour. We might do that, have a radio show. We'll have the winching hour and couples come on for a chat. I don't really like the SNP, but I do quite like Kate Forbes. Well, she's a very highly intelligent person. You can't beat Glenn Mavis, says Kyle. Oh, Kyle, you could never beat Glenn Mavis. Let's have it straight. A new parliament system. Yes, new parliamentary system. Go to the Shetland Islands. Do you know, Lewis, I think I would love it up there in Shetland and Unst and Yell. We've got all that. And Lerwick itself. I tell you. Hello, Scottie. Yes, formerly of Preston in Lancashire. Absolutely. Where do we get a dictator? It's very funny. This is obviously, it's a dictator's no laughing matter. But the people that I've spoken to who politically are almost begging for a dictator, it's very strange. OMG, grew up listening to Scottie. Exactly, that's for the better, says Nigel. Good night, Scottie. Good night, Susan. Take great care of your dear self. Mwah. Bless you, I said you. Do you think Reform UK will win in the United Kingdom? Well, I wouldn't be surprised. So there we are. Scottie, get a quiz on the go. I missed the quiz. Jerry, Scottie McClue's quizzes. Legendary. Legendary, I tell you. Scotland has got many lochs, but it's only got one lake. Which lake is that? That's the National Grid, wasn't it? The National Grid. National Grid just about caved in when McClue came on. Guys, get subscribing on the YouTube channel and following on the TikTok. Love your radio, my friend. Thank you so much. Loved it. Give us a quiz question. There you go, Jerry. Get on with that one. What's Scotland's only lake? Good night, Scottie. Great to see you back looking so well. Good night. The Lake of Menteith, says Callum. Well done, Callum. A point to Callum. Callum, tell us roughly where you're from and we'll give you a point. You are indeed a legend, I tell you. Would you go back to national radio? Well, I'll be honest with you, national radio doesn't hold the appeal that this holds. The only thing I haven't done on here, Callum's from Glenfarclas. We love it. Ooh, lovely. Used to love the sharp taste. Very nice, very refreshing. Speyside, Speyside, the music of the Spey. There we go. Lake of Menteith, Goodwood Cow. Yes, absolutely. That's what it's all about. No, what was I saying? No, national radio doesn't hold the same appeal. The only thing I haven't done here is gone on for, say, a couple of hours a night, an hour, 2 hours a night at the same time. And I think if I was able to do that, I mean, I have so much work comes in that I'm not actually able to do it. But if I was able to be on at the same time every single night, I think we would build a huge audience very quickly. So there, you're on late tonight, Mr. McClue. I am Geos. Nothing gets past you. That's amazing. We absolutely love it. Guys, I've got 5 seconds. Scotland couldn't survive without England. Cullyboy, I've never heard so much nonsense in my life. Have a look at one of my TikTok videos. Were you a radio presenter? Yes, I was, but 32 years last week. If I did, then fair enough. So I tell you, get a quiz going once a week and you'll smash it. Jerry, yes, the big quiz with Scottie McClue live on social media just for you. You know, your radio is gone. The radio industry's sold itself out, really. So you've got not so many radio stations these days. The Scott FM phone-in was brilliant back in the day. I used to phone you every night. Brilliant. Rab, you did. You absolutely did. So there we are. You are Scotland. Nigel, you are very kind. But there's life in McClue yet, as I say, and we should get a show going. So maybe after the summer holidays. Stop avoiding my questions. What questions are you asking, Hashim? There we are. I am Hashim. So there you are. That's what it's all about. You can still call me. Yes, you can. I mean, I've closed the phones down just now because we're going to have to dash off in a wee while. But yes, you can call on here. No problem. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. Hello, says Hashim. Hello, Hashim. So there we have it. Hashim, stop avoiding my answers. Now then, what else have we got here? It's podcasts a lot now. I know, Amy, it's podcasts. What would you like to hear McClue podcast on? And what's different? Hashim, I haven't left, so there you are. No problem at all. I was in a day and a half ago. Grandad, Scottie, it's Robert from San Antonio in Texas. Robert, we love having you from San Antonio in Texas. I heard a great Texas saying. Tell me if it's true, Robert. Hang on, let me just get rid of this idiot here. CK is leaving us. Bye-bye. Everybody shout night-night, CK. Night-night, CK. Have a nice life. Wonderful. Okay, he's gone. There we are, down the Swanee with the trolls. I say to you, put your hat up as a prize. Oh, Jerry, my hat would be worth a fortune, wouldn't it, as a prize? I'm still an hour ahead, Scottie, over here, so it's not late in Scotland compared to Poland. Happy weekend to you. Absolutely count. And lovely to hear you and your dear lady. You are beautiful people. I tell you, where ye fae, says David. I'm fae Scotland, David. Fantastic. For you, fae, I ask you. Right, we've been up. Oh, gosh, we're over half an hour here, guys. Get subscribing and get sharing. I tell you. Now, who else have we got here? Hopefully you can visit Cooper Angus again. It's been missing you. Loved Cooper Angus. Remember sitting in Cooper Angus on a summer's day, and I was looking for a shop, and they were shut. They'd shut for lunch. OMG. Who's that? Absolutely. People would turn their TV off and put the radio on to listen to your show. It was top class. They did. The television companies were furious because people were turning the telly off at 10 o'clock. Right, telly's off at 10. Come on, Scottie's on. But we've got the news at 10. Never mind that. Scottie's on. Which town in Scotland is the best fish supper, Scottie? Amy, that's a very, very difficult one. We used to stop in the old days before it was bypassed. We used to stop when coming down from the north. We stopped at Auchterarder. Yes? And you went through all the towns. You went through Pitlochry. You went through Dunkeld. You went through Perth. And then you went through Auchterarder and Dunblane and Stirling. You used to actually physically drive through all these towns on the way back. I tell you. Yeah, we might look at a quiz. What night, what hour, when? The one in Ainster is supposed to be good. Oh, Ainster and Strother. See what I just did there? And Strother or Ainster in Fife. Ken, very important. People would turn off. And Ely is very nice in Fife. And what have you got? What's the place just next to Ainster? Beautiful as well. Oh, Fife, gorgeous place, full of lovely people. I can tell you. Right, hang on a minute. It's stopped going up here. I need to move it on. What do we got? Hiya from Italy, darling. Si is lovely. Buongiorno. Buenas noches. Wonderful to have you from Italy. I see Bella, bellissimo. Hi, Scottie. Nice to see you. DINKY-DOO says, Sigrid. It's bedtime, Scottie. It's bedtime. Bedtime. Yes, absolutely, especially with your handle. So there we are. Scottie, I went to Thursday and a Wednesday once, and it was shut. Thursday and a Wednesday. Come to the Isle of Barra, says Ryan. Yes, I'd love to come to Barra and see the barracks. Yes, indeed. Times are hard in Barra. You'll hear the buttocks cry. No food to feed us, Barra, and every bottle dry. Yes, we should come and see you up at Castle Bay, and maybe come by plane. Get landing on the beach. So there we are. Toot, 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 Nigel. Toot, toot. We have to go soon. Oh, wow. The Atlantic Chip Shop in Airdrie. One of the best chip shops in Britain. There we are. Anstruther's next to St Andrews. No, Cellardyke. That's the one I was thinking of. And then you can drive out of Cellardyke and up through to St Andrews. Then to St Andrews. I love St Andrews. See, when I drive into St Andrews, all the cares of the world seem to just disappear. Until you see the price of the hussies. Then they come back. And they are, when are you coming back? Kashim, I've been back. Yes, absolutely. Loch Fyne oysters. Beautiful. Yes, just past up Kingless and Cairndoo. I'm going and get a Loch Fyne oyster. You've got to watch the road there when people turn off. Perthshire's the best county. Well, Perthshire is stunningly beautiful. I've lived in Perthshire. Boy, did I live. We love it. DINKY-DOO, Scottie, DINKY-DOO, Kareem. Lovely to have you with us. And thank you very much for joining us now. We've got 1 more minute, and then we're going to have to dash off. I tell you. Scottie, I'm going to Rothsay tomorrow. Have you ever been? Yes, I know it very well. I used to go to Rothsay all the time. I was brought up in Greenock and Gourock, and every morning at 9:30, when I was sitting in school, I could hear the Loch Fyne blowing at the pier. And that was her off to Dunoon, Innellen, Rothsay, Tinnabruach, Tarbert, and Ardrishig in the summer. In the winter, she stayed down at Tarbert for the lunch. And then she would come back and call in all the piers on the way back as well. And it was great. You could live in Tinnabruach and work in Greenock and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? These boats were amazing. And that's what we're missing in Scotland. We need to get our infrastructure back. So if it's reform that get in, that should be a conversation between the SNP and reform. I tell you. So there we go. Scottie. So Rothsay, we love it. The Castle, Mount Stuart House, Crail and Fife in the East Neuk. How lovely is that? The Thing, it's beautiful. Absolutely, Nigel. Rothsay is a beautiful place. Used to listen 2 years ago. It was Real Radio. Yes, Darren, that's right. And it was Real Radio. We made real radio in those days. Could you imagine now the Scottie McCLUE phone in right now on the radio? I've even said it should be on the telly. We just do this. No fancy stuff, this. And what we do is all your chat, all your texts, all your interaction, emails, texts, as I say, read all that out. Letters, if anybody still writes, you could have that. Maybe the odd Scottish song or two during the show. I mean, that kind of thing. And I think it would be an absolute stutter for a switched on television company. But I was hearing somebody today, and I've had this experience myself. If you want a show on television, you speak to people called a commissioning editor, and you can almost be 100% certain they will say no. Because they see themselves set up there, and very often they haven't come from a background of making good judgments based purely on the creative process, whereas I was. So in real terms, I should probably be a commissioning editor. But I don't know that I would really be bothered with that. So there you go. Dinky-Doo, Jerry, I'd love to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo, I say to every single one of you, how good is this? Hello from Paisley. Yes, but you can, says Nigel A, because you know more. Well, I do. I mean, I have huge experience of television and radio. Scott, I used to listen to you years ago. Was it Real Radio? Well, we were on Scott FM, and we were on QFM, and we were on 96.3. We were on L107. We were on Talk 107. We were on, what else? Radio 4th. We were on Radio Clyde. You see, so it's been fantastic. And then down south, Radio City in Liverpool. We were on in Manchester, Century Radio, Manchester, the whole of the Northwest, Preston, Liverpool, Blackpool, all there, Leeds, Hull, the Midlands. You could be heard in London. The truck drivers used to listen all the way down and switch frequency. And this is going out by this stage to maybe 10 million people. And we were heaving every night. You imagine a show nowadays, a radio show, 10 million people. And we got a phone call one night, and it was a truck driver on the bridge in London, the Queen Elizabeth Bridge. Have I got that right? The Queen Elizabeth Bridge. And he said, I'm listening to you on the Queen Elizabeth Bridge in London. I said, is the reception good? He went, it comes and goes a little bit, but it's pretty good. Woo! What about that, guys? I tell you, get subscribing. Sheffield. Yes, Ginger, we were in Sheffield. I tell you, dinky-doo, Scottie. This is wonderful. Inster, hands down, best fish and chips, 100% agree. So Scottie used to listen to you years ago. Absolutely. Do you know who I am? Of course I do. Absolutely. Scottie used to listen to you. Oh, yes, there we are. We've just done that one. You know it. I was brought up. Where were you brought up? Yeah, listen, Darren, we've got that. Don't spam us. Are you voting SNP? Well, I'm not a political animal, really, as you know. Absolutely loved the phone in. Loved it. Who was the boy that did the Hector Brocklebank again? That was Robin. Robin in the morning, a very fine broadcaster. Robin Galloway. Yes, and he and I went back a long way. He used to work up at Grampian Television. He came after me, but, you know, he'd taken a similar kind of route. Is it too late for pie and chips? It's never too late for pie and chips. But it does depend on your weight, on how much you've had to drink, all that sort of stuff. Because if you're going to go to your bed not long after your pie and chips, then it might not dissipate at the same rate. What happened to Terry? Yes, Terry, wonderful. I haven't seen Terry for a long time. And sadly, I heard that wee fat Bob had passed away about a month or two ago. I tell you, bless him. Now then, who else have we got? Change the political system, says Nigel. Absolutely, Nigel. Have you ever been to Gledder Country House, Scottie? Yes, a long time ago when it first opened as an hotel. And it had been the country house of Sir James Lithgow. So Gledder looked quite an old house. It was actually built, if I remember, in about 1925. And the Lithgows going away back owned the shipyard. Fantastic, incredible. So you're talking, I think the original owner of the shipyard would be the grandfather of the present laird. Yes, going way back, absolutely. That's what it was all about, the Lithgows and the Scots. Who are you playing at the weekend? I don't know. I've lost track of the football. So there we are, poor old Scotland. We absolutely lost them. Yes, Scott FM, that's it, prior to Real Radio. That's the one. I want to change the political system. What would you do with it, Nigel? Tell us more. Scottie, I mind the night you stood in for James Whale on Talk Radio. That was awesome. Do you know, Donny, it was awesome. The problem Scottie had, because I just speak like this to people, it makes the radio absolutely come alive. And very few presenters, I can't think of anybody else that actually does that. James was very, very good. Yes, and I stood in for James. And the people that really knew the radio, they agreed with you. They said, that show was awesome. Awesome. And you had other people going, no, he wasn't very good. He's not, no, I don't think he was very good. And of course, it had tremendous calls. Calls were just flying in. And we're talking great subjects. That's what it's all about. But because it was national radio, I think the bosses are always on a bit of a knife edge, hearing McCLUE on there. Do you see what I mean? It's wonderful. Absolutely. The late, great John Myers, he said, yes, he's dangerous. Dangerous presenters are great. They get listeners. We were always just on the edge, I tell you. Now, there we are. You taught him well then. There we go. Is Steve? I don't know, guys. What's your name? You avoided my question, says Hash. Hash, I'm getting a wee bit annoyed with this. You avoided my question. If you're going to cheek up, we will have to say cheerio. You know what I'm saying? So just chill out, my boy. Chill out. Amazing history, Scottie. I never knew it was the Lithgows that built it. Yes, it did. Sir James. And Sir James died in 1952. And he was a marvellous man, very, very powerful in shipping. Because I was brought up in that area, I knew a lot of people that knew him personally. And the Lithgows did so much for Port Glasgow and Langbank and Greenock, and for all of Scotland and for all of the UK. So there you are. I mean, just building ships, wonderful. And I know we were struggling now, but you used to just give an order to Scotland. Can I tell you this? And this is a true story. Lovely story. I loved it. One of the big shipping companies wrote to the shipyard, and this was them ordering a ship. Nowadays, you'd have a million meetings, probably the Prime Minister involved, all that stuff. In those days, you had big, big people that did big, big things, industrialists. The likes of Sir James Lithgow. And the order for the ship was, Dear Sirs, please could you build us a cargo vessel along the lines of the last one? Signed. Order for a ship, I mean, just absolutely wonderful. Scottie, I'm telling folks to keep their hand on their halfpenny. Good days. We did, Mark, and it was very, very sound advice. Keep your hand on your halfpenny. Scottie McCLUE, stop avoiding me. Right, Hashim, let's just get rid of you. Let's mute you if you're going to act up. We'll mute you for the rest of the show. So you're not banned, Hashim, but you're muted. Okay? That's the stuff. You don't cheek up to McCLUE. I say to you, are you British? Well, everybody in Scotland is British because there's actually no such country as Britain. It's a landmass. A landmass. And there are 4 countries in Britain. But I'll tell you some very interesting things. There's United saying, no, we're Scottish, not British. You can't be Scottish without being British United. So you're Scottish first and foremost, but you are also British. Yeah, and you're actually also European. So these are axiomatic facts. Do you like that? Do you remember Jerry Mackenzie on the Radio Scotland with Jimmy Mac? I do. Remember Jerry with his tartan tablets? You know, a sugar of the tartan tablets, fantastic. Joe Forbes has just sent me donuts. You are so kind, guys. Who asked, says Bossa. Everybody asked, Bossa. Everyone. You know, everyone, I tell you. Do you support any football teams? Not really. Maybe half a dozen of them. I say KATV. Wonderful. Welsh, not British. Well, no, if you're Welsh, you're British as well, you see. If you're Northern Irish, you're British. We had somebody the other day telling us they would like to see Britain field one team. There's join my team. Thank you so much, Legic. Legic has just sent me a beautiful gift. They were saying, what about instead of Scotland, England, and Wales, what about just Britain? So your Euros would be Britain v Germany, you know, something like that. Britain v France, you know, just one team. Northern Ireland technically is not part of Great Britain. Well, no, not even technically. It's not part of Great Britain at all. Great Britain's the big bit. That's why it's called Great Britain, not because it was a great country. But the politicians love all that. Let's make it great again. But it's Great Britain just because it's the big bit. And then you've got the north of Ireland, the annexed 6 counties. Welsh independence. Well, you see, if you had Scottish independence and Welsh independence and Northern Ireland voted to join the South, so you've just got Ireland, you see, you're Northern Ireland, you're still Irish and British. Wonderful. In fact, I think you have a dual passport now, European, is that right? Because of the mess of Brexit. Now, Scotty boy, have a good one. Don't stay up too late. Joe, I'm just going in a minute or two. Northern Ireland's part of the UK, says Amy. Yes, indeed. We know that, very much so. So you have the United Kingdom of Northern Ireland and Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Yes, we can have both passports. There you go, Eggs. You've knocked it off. I tell you. Now, what else have we got here? I don't know what's going on with this guy. I'm just going to stop ignoring me, man. We're going to block you if we get any more cheek. So DINKY-DOO, my friend, does not acknowledge the country of Wales. I tell you. Night, Scotty. Yes, no star. No star. And then guten Abend. Yes, dos vidania. Yes, good night. And stay absolutely fine. Ciao. Scotty, can you say hello to my pal Robert? I can, no problem at all. What's your thoughts on the British national football team? We were just talking about that the other night, but saying, would Ireland like to be part of the British national football team? Not just Northern Ireland, but all of Ireland as well, so they don't feel left out. And of course, you get people, oh, I don't think so. All that. But I mean, think about stuff. Don't just react to what somebody else has told you. So there we go. That's that. Sorry, guys, just dealing with a wee troll there. That's positive. Absolutely. Yes, all good positive stuff. Right. Time to go. So I'm going to sing the goodbye song. Are you ready? Right. Here we go, guys. Everybody on the YouTube channel, please do subscribe and get everybody subscribing. Did you used to present the radio? Of course I did. My father-in-law made me a clootie dumpling. It was beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Right. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Take care, everybody, as you go. Goodbye, everybody. Auf Wiedersehen. Au revoir. And cheerio. Love you guys. Take great care of your dear selves. Make sure you follow us. And off we jolly well go. Love you. And what can I say to the beautiful YouTubers? Stick out your tongues and say ta-ta. Are we ready? Ta-ta. Once more. This is your big chance. Okay, you ready? Ta-ta.